First and foremost, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here today. Really, it's we're hoping to create many of these proposal webinar, over the next few months. So we'll try to have one at least once a month. So if you have any suggestions as far as, hey, we'd like to, have how to build a proposal from scratch webinar, please make your suggestion in the window, in the chat window, and then we'll go ahead and try to schedule those out. So, okay. So for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Gabe Curtis, and I am one of the co-founders of Proposable. And also on the line we have James, who's also a co-founder, and he's listening in here. So feel free to ask questions, to anybody. Also Kelly, who's our latest addition, is on the line. She handles the custom builds within Proposable. So, and for those of you that don't know what custom builds are, and we'll cover that here in this presentation. So it's actually a really good opportunity for a lot of you guys that want to be able to create some elegant proposals and kind of help you with it. So I'll go through some of that a little bit later. So again, we really want you to get a lot of value out of these webinars. And so we want to try to cover quite a bit here within this hour. So again, if you have any suggestions, put it in the chat window or email it to team@proposable.com. I'll share that email later on. So on the line today we have various people from different industries. I saw that we had some marketing companies, we had travel agents, folks that are in the healthcare industry. We saw some finance professionals, consultants, software companies. So really, Proposable is for everything. And so every company that, or at least most companies that sell something, have to generate some type of proposal or quote or bid of some sort. And there needs to be some structure within that, So that's what we're hoping to accomplish here today, to help you with being able to create these proposals, and then also add some flair to it and design them in a way so it really gives you a nice edge over your competitors. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started here. As far as who we are, the folks here at Proposable, we've got a wide range of talent. We have folks that are experienced in design, in marketing and sales. So also we have consulting backgrounds, project management. And so, we currently work with several small to mid-sized companies, ranging from a one-man team all the way up to, a global enterprise type company. So again, there's, it really doesn't matter what type of company you are, what service you sell, you still need to produce a proposal, and you want to be able to make sure that you follow some guidelines to maintain consistency, and so on and so forth. So basically, you have a team behind you to help you to create these proposals. So, and we've written many of these proposals. Many of us have been in your shoes. I myself have managed several teams where, you really want to be able to increase the volume of your proposals, but at the same time, work those clients as much as possible, and not just fire off a proposal into the black hole. So we've experienced it. Again, we've been in the shoes, and so this is one of the reasons why we are solely focused on proposals. So one thing that I want to identify is what are the challenges that we face today when it comes to proposals. We've heard the term, people saying, hey, every time I generate a proposal, it's almost as if I'm reinventing the wheel. I know many of you have been in a position where you get a client, maybe it's a large client, and you're excited about getting the deal, and you feel, I don't want to spend one of those old tools that I want to send out something new. And so you find yourself just starting from scratch, and then, in some cases, you end up rebuilding the things that you had before. And so when you do that, you also try to find the right version, which is the latest version. Is this the one that has the typos, and the right logos, and all that stuff? So these are challenges, again, that we face today. And so also other things such as once you create a proposal, you send it off, you're excited, did they receive the proposal? So that is something that a lot of people wonder. Once it's delivered to the customer, what are they doing? Are they engaged with the proposal? Did they feel your professionalism within the proposal? And also, did you send the right proposal to the customer? Was it the right product or service? Was the pricing right? And then the most important part is a call to action. How can we get them to commit to doing business with us? One thing is that today, if you send a proposal off to a client, it's really an open-ended email, right? You might as well just send them an email. But if you give them the opportunity to close the deal faster, that really helps to get paid faster, essentially. So these are some of the challenges that we face today, and we're hoping that with Proposable, that you'll be able to resolve these challenges. So with Proposable, you have the opportunity to keep your proposals organized, so you can quickly grab the right proposals at the right time. You can filter these proposals. Also, you can quickly clone or duplicate a proposal based off of one that you delivered to a client. And so I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can quickly create these proposals from scratch, based upon a recent delivery. So we'll get to that in a few minutes here. Also, the challenge that I explained before, as far as did they receive it. With Proposable, you can actually be notified either via text message or via email that the client has opened it. Also, that the customer has made a comment on the proposal. One thing that I like to do is I like to fire off a proposal of Proposable, and if I don't see a response from them, I'll actually add a comment to the proposal, and they will receive another email with the link to the proposal. So it's kind of a nice way to really say, hey, did you forget about this proposal, or are you really that interested? Okay, so the other thing is analytics. Knowing what sections the customer looked at, actually seeing how much time they spent on those sections is really crucial. So those are some things that again, I will cover with Proposable here in a few minutes. And as I said, communicate through the proposal, so the customer can ask you questions, you can respond to questions. Really nice way to keep everything nice and organized within a proposal. Again, this avoids you having to send emails back and forth and then having to go back and locate those emails within your inbox. And then, of course, streamlining your proposal. So today we're going to cover some things about best practices. And so, we're hoping that Proposable will help you to automate your sales proposal process. And so when it comes to best practices, really what it means is maintaining consistency within your proposal. It means making sure that you cover all of your bases within a proposal, and also presenting yourself in a way that gives you a competitive advantage. So that is part of the best practices that we're going to cover here today. And I hope that you get some value out of it. you know, there are several different levels of best practices that we're going to be covering over the next few months with some of these future webinars. So make sure that that you stay tuned to some of these upcoming webinars. So again, one of the biggest best practices is being consistent, making sure that the look and the feel of your proposal is consistent with your brand. And so, you know, Proposable has a lot of capability, and many of you are completely overwhelmed with, you know, trying to get business, trying to close more business, focus on the customer, and we completely understand that. And what we are here to do to help you with is to help you with making your proposals look professional, such as the one that you're seeing here, where it really looks like your website. It looks as if you spent a lot of time putting this proposal together. So, you know, again, you need to make sure that your logo is clearly visible. You want to make sure that the elements that you've included within the proposal match your brand. You know, you want to try to keep the the color scheme. You know, you want to make it easy on the eye, and you don't want to use several different colors. I've seen some proposals where, you know, you see blues and reds and greens, and you know, and that's okay if that's the color of your brand. But if it's not, then it's completely unnecessary, and you really want to keep it just really elegant, really professional. And then, as you can see here, in some cases, I recommend that you add, you know, a small version of your logo. You know, again, branding is extremely important, and so we're going to cover a little bit more of that here. And so, the proposal structure. And so, you know, a lot of people, you know, may say, hey, you know, I don't really want to include things such as an about us or an executive summary in a proposal, and that's okay. You know, it really depends on where you are in the life cycle of your sales process. And, you know, Proposable can be used in several ways. And this is something that some of our customers will do, is that they will create a proposal, whether it's a pre-proposal or it's almost like a post-sale. And then in some cases, you know, some of our customers use Proposable as an agreement. So there's several different ways that you can leverage Proposable. And of course, in this webinar, we're just going to cover the proposal best practices. In other words, how do you structure a proposal? How do you make it in a way that it's really easy to read, really easy to follow? And so, you know, one thing I tell folks is present your proposal as if it was your resume. Right? You want to tell them who you are. Right? Your logo, you know, on a resume, your logo is your name. Right? That's the brand that you want to try to bring across. And then also you want to have some references. In other words, maybe some testimonials. And so, as you can see here in this typical proposal structure, there's what I call a wild card. And the wild card really is think of it as kind of like a closing tool. In other words, what do you need to insert in the proposal that can help you close this deal? Because, you know, every deal is different, right? But at the same time, you know, that wild card could be a video testimonial. You know, it could be a case study. It could be really anything that you want to insert. And the beauty of it is that, you know, with Proposable, you can quickly insert that quote unquote wild card into your proposal. So you're not just having to, you know, to completely, you know, start from scratch. You know, so as many of you know, Proposable does have a library. I will cover a little bit of that moving forward here. So, and of course, the project title. You know, 90% of proposals are pretty standardized. So the remaining 10% is really specific to the project, to the project or the customer. So one thing that you want to do is, as many of you may know or may not know, that you can actually rename the sections of your proposal, and adding the customer's name in a section is really appealing to a customer because it looks as if you built this amazing website online proposal for them, and it's really engaging for them. Okay, so again, I'm gonna go through that here in a few minutes. And then, of course, your pricing. The pricing is extremely important. There are several ways to automate this process. For those of you that have standard pricing, you can create sections that you can insert based on the conversation that you had with the customer. So if you create a master template, you can quickly insert a section that is pricing that doesn't really change. For example, let's say that you offer voice over IP service. Okay, so and you might have some base costs. You can insert a section into your proposal that is already pre-saved in your library, and you can adjust the quantities as needed. Again, I will cover some of that here in a few minutes. And then, of course, you have your terms and agreements. So this is something that some folks may or may not add to their proposal. Because a proposal in some cases can be more of a introductory document. It can be something that you just want to present who you are and what you offer as far as your services go, and you don't want to offer a commitment to the proposal. So again, this is something that you can insert into your proposal. If you already go through the process of selling to the customer and you want to be able to get them to commit, I would encourage you to add your terms and agreements. The terms and agreements is probably the most important part of the proposal because this allows you to really describe exactly what the customer is getting and when they'll get it. You can also add anything from timelines, milestones, payment terms. All of this can be broken down within the terms and agreements. And putting that in front of the customer is extremely important because you are not going to close the deal unless you explain exactly what they're getting. So having this standardized in your proposal is actually a nice way of saying, hey, this is who we are, this is what we charge, and here are the terms of this project. Okay, so it's kind of nice to cover all the bases in one proposal. And then probably one thing that is missing today if you're not using Proposable is a call to action. You really need to give the customer something to move forward with. And of course, if you can ask for the deal, almost immediately, it really helps avoid the awkwardness of, hey, are we going to move forward? When are we going to move forward? This is kind of a nice way to again, close the deal and get paid faster. And this can be done all online, of course, with Proposable, which allows you to accept the proposal online and electronically sign it. So I'm going to go ahead and cover some of that here in a few minutes as well. So another best practice, which is to be clear and concise. In other words, try not to be generic. Be specific about specific parts or tools or methodologies that you plan to use. Giving the customer the confidence that you're knowledgeable and qualified to be able to take them on is something that they'll be confident with. Again, you want to treat your proposal like a resume. Make sure you don't have typos. be sure that you go through it with a fine-tooth comb. Have someone proofread it for you. Of course, we're always here to help. So if you do need some help and you want to share your proposal with one of the team members, feel free to do so. We always love working with several different companies and seeing what their business is about. It really is fun for us to learn about your business, to see what areas we can help. So feel free to share your proposals with us, and of course we can work with you one-on-one. And of course, you want to make your proposal easy to read. You want to be able to give them the ability to click through the proposal and jump to sections that are important to them. So yesterday, when you weren't using Proposable, you send a PDF to the customer, right? Well, the customer is going to be scrolling, trying to find the pricing or the project specific. So make sure that when you write a proposal, then there is an easy way for them to navigate and jump around the proposal. And as many of you know, Proposable does allow you to do that for those sections, which I will cover here shortly as well. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and jump into a quick demonstration here of Proposable as far as how to create these elegant proposals. So please bear with me here while I pull up my browser. Okay. Can everyone see my my screen? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here with a quick demo of Proposable. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how you can quickly create these proposals either from scratch or based off of our library. Okay. So for those of you, I know that we do have some folks here that recently signed up for Proposable, and they're either in their trial period or maybe they signed up and they're in the process of creating their Proposable. We also have some folks who have been with us for over 3.5 years, almost 4 years. So for those of you, I know who you are. Thank you for joining us today. And in the future, we'll have some of our users share some stories as far as how Proposable has helped them grow their business. Recently, I just spoke with one of our users who said, his sales manager said, hey, how many proposals have you sent out, and what's your close ratio? How do you know which customers are interested? And he said, hey, I'm using Proposable. I delivered 63 proposals, 25 of them were looked at, 17 were closed. And so when you're able to speak like that with confidence, it really does empower you as a salesperson. Again, it gets rid of that, those challenges that we talked about earlier. Okay. So as you can see here on my dashboard, I have several different proposals that I recently delivered. One of the things that I mentioned earlier was how to quickly send out a proposal based on one that I recently sent. This all pertains to automation, right? So, for example, let's say I just sent a proposal to a customer, and it's exactly the same type of proposal, and so I can quickly come here to the proposal, or I can search for it, and I click here on Actions, and I can duplicate the proposal, and this will pop up the exact same proposal that I had delivered to that other customer. All I need to do is enter that person's name and essentially just fire it off. Okay, I can preview and deliver it, and it's gone. Okay, so that's the type of automation that we want to do here. Again, we're trying to maintain consistency. We also are trying to keep the brand in front of the customer, and also give them the ability to quickly navigate within the proposal. And so I'm actually going to preview this proposal here. And so as you can see, this automatically populated the information of the recipient. So I'm sending it to myself, so you see that it was prepared for me, for myself. So you don't have to enter this throughout the proposal. So some of our customers will add an introductory letter, something that says, Dear Joe, thanks for taking the time, for the phone call yesterday, or so on and so forth. And Proposable will really allow you to insert different things such as their name, their email address, their company name, your company name. It can be quickly inserted throughout the proposal. So whether you're a one-person team or you have 10 people in your company, it'll automatically put in that salesperson's name throughout the proposal, and again, personalize that proposal, once it's delivered. Okay. So as you can see here, this proposal is really ready to go. All I have to do is click on Deliver. There is essentially an automated message within Proposable that you can customize. This is a canned message, and you can leave it alone. If you want to add, a quick, hey, thanks for the call, you can quickly add that and then send it off to the customer. So also, earlier we talked about a call to action. This is the opportunity for you to do that. And so by clicking on Allow the person to accept the proposal, will allow them to accept the proposal online and electronically sign it. Okay, so this is kind of a neat tool, because if you have multiple recipients within a proposal, and let's say, for example, you're sending a proposal to the CEO or the business owner, and maybe you're sending it to also the project manager. Well, the project manager does not need to accept the proposal, so you wouldn't check that box for that project manager. Okay, and so of course, if you make changes to this, you can make it your default message as needed. So I'm just going to go ahead and fire off this proposal here, and there it is. Okay, so that took us about 2 minutes with me talking. So as you can see, if I wasn't talking, it probably would take you about 30 seconds to quickly resend the proposal based off of a standard template. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the library here. The library is probably one of the most important parts of your proposal process. Again, this takes us back to the challenges that we talked about, which is basically finding the right proposal, right? So as you can see here, I have too many proposals in my library, right? But the nice thing is that I can quickly organize and filter these proposals based on either industry, or I can filter them based on product type. Okay, so as you can see here, if I'm selling travel, I can separate it by destination. So that's completely up to you. Or you can view all your templates. Okay, or you can just quickly search for the template. Okay, so the nice thing is for example, here, if I want to filter out some proposals, I can quickly create a new tag, and I'm just going to call this my sales proposals. Okay, I'm going to save that tag, and then now all I have to do is I find the proposals that I want to filter out as sales. So I'm going to filter this one out here. So I'm going to click on Actions and manage that tag. I'm going to put that into sales. But I also think that this should fall under my awesome template. So the nice thing is that you can use one or many filters, so you can quickly find your proposals, again, however you want to organize them. So if I go to my awesome template, I should see my proposal here. There it is. Okay. And so if I really think that this is an awesome proposal, I can quickly just share it with all my other team members. Okay, so you do have the ability to share and keep private proposal templates. So so this is kind of a nice way to share and keep consistency within your organization. Okay. So, and then if templates are shared with you, you also have the ability to see who is sharing the template with you and what those templates are. So it's kind of a nice way to keep other templates outside of your template, okay, or templates that are shared with you, okay. The other thing is sample templates. So we have several industries here. We have some free sample templates. So, you know, feel free to use these as needed. We are continually adding more. If you have any suggestions, we would love to hear from you as far as, hey, do you have a sample template for architect? That's one that we recently heard. And so, you know, feel free to send us an email and let us know, you know, what type of template you would like, you know, us to kind of build. And so, again, we do offer custom build services. It's completely different from this. So if we take a look at, let's take a look at the event planning proposal. So I'm going to just quickly add it to my templates by clicking the add to my template. And as you can see here, I've now added it inside of my account. Okay. From here, I can click on that proposal, and I can edit the proposal as needed and make changes to the proposal. Okay. So I can quickly insert different placeholder tags. Again, the placeholder tag is the automation portion of the proposal. So this, you know, feel free to use these placeholder tags as needed. So in the future, we plan to add more. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get back to the library here. And so, again, one of the things we talked about was the wildcard when it comes to a proposal structure. You know, here, just as in templates, you can organize various sections within a proposal. So you can quickly insert these sections. This, again, the sections could be a standard pricing, as you see here. Here's some standard pricing that I did for a demo. So if I wanted to insert alpha pricing into a proposal template, okay, let's say, for example, the customer that I just sent the proposal to said, hey, this looks really good, but I need some pricing added into it. So I can quickly edit this proposal in real time. I can come down here to pricing, okay, and I can quickly insert an estimate, okay, or what I can do is I can go ahead and add that specific section for alpha pricing, okay. So here's my alpha pricing. Again, it could be a wildcard, it could be whatever you'd like. And so now here I've added standard pricing into my proposal. There's nothing I really need to change. Maybe I want to change quantity, right? Maybe the customer only wants 100. And as you can see here, as you modify these quantities, the pricing automatically updates, okay? And you can adjust the section as needed, okay? And you can hit save. At this point, even though we've sent this proposal to the customer, you don't need to resend it to them, okay? So all you have to do is either contact the customer, let them know that you made the change, or what you can do is you can quickly make a comment and say, you know, I made the change to the pricing. And what will happen is the customer will receive an email, and as you can see here, it stored that comment within the proposal. Okay, so that's kind of a nice way to really keep the flow going with the customer. Again, you don't need to send anything. You don't need to start over. You don't need to enter their email address or anything like that. It's all done. Okay, so again, that's a really nice way to keep that flow going and to keep everything all in one place. Okay, so and the last part of the library, of course, is the line items. Line items are essentially what you bill for. So line items are very easy to modify. So let's go ahead and just click on this widget one here. So as you can see, you can add rich content to a line item. You can add a video. You can add a description, an image, whatever you need. And so it's kind of a nice way to present exactly what it is that you're selling. And then, of course, you can add your pricing and the unit of measure per widget, per hour, per month, whatever it may be. And that's essentially how you can create those line items. And as I showed you earlier, you can insert an estimate into a proposal and then choose from the various line items that you have. And again, you can also organize your line items by what we call tags. So really a nice way to keep everything nicely organized. Okay. Now, when it comes to branding, for those of you that haven't had a chance to sign up with Proposable, or you're still testing it out, you do have some customizations within Proposable. And again, a lot of this deals with best practices. You want to make sure that when you add your logo, I recommend a transparent logo, one with a transparent background, because it does look a lot nicer against a textured background within a proposal. So really, it's nice to have a high resolution logo. And so, and then also you can also, if you don't want to have Proposable displayed to your customers, you don't want to give away all your secrets, then you can quickly click on Remove Delivered by Proposable from the footer. So, and I'll show you guys in a second exactly what I mean. The other thing is that you can use a custom domain. So, for example, if you can actually do something like proposals.yourcompany.com. So your clients will never see proposable.com within that. So be advised, though, that if you do want to use this feature, this is a branding feature, and it does come with the team plan. So and so you can quickly look at exactly what it is that you get under the team. And as you can see here, that's called custom domain, and it is available only on the team plan. Okay, so go ahead and get back here. Okay, so that's essentially kind of a nice breakdown of Proposable. If you do decide to go on the team plan, you do have the ability to invite several people to your account, and this way you can share proposals. You can see exactly what the other salespeople are doing, and be able to track some of that within the dashboard. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up a proposal here and show you exactly what I meant by removing the branding. So in other words, if you look at the top of the URL, the customers will see Proposable. If you want to get rid of that, you can use the custom domain feature. Also down at the bottom, you'll see something that says delivered by Proposable. You can get rid of that by checking that box. Some folks really don't mind. Some say, hey, I really don't want to give away all my secrets. And so the other thing that you can disable or just keep here is the ability to export PDF. As you can see here, it's very small. And the whole purpose behind Proposable is for the customer to be able to, to view the proposal online. So if for whatever reason the customer does not have the ability to view it online, maybe they want to print it out. As you can see here, they do have the ability to print out the PDF version of the proposal. Okay, so that is something that that you can disable, or you can get rid of it. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so and again, when we talk about exporting the PDF, we're going to go ahead and jump into a proposal here that has some analytics. Okay, so I'm going to jump into here to Jerry's proposal here. I believe Jerry is on the line. He's a longtime customer here. So as you can see here, within the analytics, this covers some of the challenges I talked about earlier, which is I sent this proposal about 6 days ago, and looks like Jerry only looked at it once, but he spent about 9 minutes taking a peek at it. And as you can see here, this was the last day that he looked at it. So I don't think Jerry's a real serious buyer here. So one of the nice things is you can also see how many times they clicked on each section. So, clicked on team management about 4 times, clicked on pricing about 3 times. So, hey, pricing might not be an issue. But at the same time, he only looked at it once. But it looks like he spent about 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes, reading about what Proposable is. So, it may be that he's more concerned about the product, about what, how can I, increase my business with Proposable. Okay. So, and as you can see here, the other sections aren't really of much concern to him. Okay. So, analytics, extremely important. We've heard many customers say it's like being a fly on the wall. So this goes hand in hand with best practices, because what it does is it gives you an idea as far as, I just sent off a proposal. It took about 30 seconds to look at. What's going on? Why aren't they spending time reading my proposals? So it really can help you to beef up the proposals. It can help you to really restructure your proposals. So again, this can really sharpen your skill set when it comes to sales and your proposal building. Okay. So that's Proposable in a nutshell. And before I go though, if the customer says, "Hey, I deleted that email. Can you resend that proposal that you sent to me?" You can quickly grab this link. A lot of our customers love this, and you can quickly just click copy it, and then simply paste it in a browser, and the customer will actually have the ability to view the proposal online. Okay. So and then of course it will track that the proposal was opened once again. Okay. So again, that's Proposable in a nutshell. If you have any questions, or if you want a one-on-one demonstration of Proposable, please don't hesitate to ask. I'm going to jump back in here. We've got about 10 minutes here left in the presentation. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is our custom build. As I mentioned, Kelly, one of our team members, is on the line. She works with several of these companies to build proposals, and what that means is that we'll build it for you. We will design it for you, and we'll actually put it in your account. So the way it works is it's a one-time fee, and you need to send us an existing version of your proposal. Even if you have a Proposable account, you can still apply for this service. So we do have some customers that we've had for many years that ask us for this service. So don't hesitate to ask us. Again, the whole idea behind this is that, we will take many years of proposal building and help you and put this in your account. Okay. So, again, let us know if you have any questions on how to do that. Give me 1 second here. I just lost my presentation. Okay. And of course, we'll design that proposal for you. And typically, what we do is we try to match your brand, your website. We take consideration as far as the colors, as far as your logo, and in some cases, we have had some clients say, "Hey, can you build this, or can you get this graph in somewhere? Can you add a video for me?" Several different things we can help you with. So, and also the nice thing about that is that we do provide some one-on-one training. So, in other words, we don't just build it for you and say, "Hey, here you go." we actually will work with you one-on-one to understand how to clone the proposal and make a new one out of it. Why did we add certain aspects into the proposal? So again, we will work with you one-on-one to get that going. And then of course, you save time. You save time, which in turn saves you money. Think of it as you're paying this one-time fee to get experts to work with you one-on-one. And so I have yet to hear anyone say, hey, I didn't really get any value out of it. A lot of people like the fact that you can tap into a resource like the Proposable team to be able to tell you some tips and tricks that other companies are doing. There's some really nice ideas that we can share with you. So if you're interested in that, as you can see, we do have a blog post available there. Sorry about that. I keep losing my presentation here. Trying to move that chat window. And so otherwise, what you can do is you can email us and to team@proposable.com and really ask us. And so if you need help building your proposal, so we can send you samples of one that we've done in the past. Really a lot of our customers are happy, and so we would be happy to answer or to work with you one-on-one. Okay. So and the turnaround time is about 24 to 48 hours. It's pretty fast. Of course, we do look at each on a case-by-case basis. If you have like 20 or 30 pages, we do charge an additional $50 if it is above, 10 pages. So we'll help you with that as well. Okay, so we're gonna, we have a couple minutes here left. We're gonna jump into a Q&A session here. If you have any questions, we have the chat window there. Feel free to ask some questions, and I would be happy to answer them. We do have just a couple minutes here, so feel free to think about those questions. And so if you do not have that chat window open, please let me know. You can shoot me an email at least. Okay. So other than that, again, here with at Proposable, we're here to help, and we're hoping that a lot of these challenges that you have can be resolved with Proposable. And if you have an idea for some of these webinars that we have, I believe the next one that we're doing is creating a proposal from scratch with Proposable. So in other words, we're going to do a live presentation of Proposable, basically, how to organize yourself within Proposable and start to prepare to build that proposal. Okay. Okay. So again, if you guys have any questions, it looks like we're just about out of time here. Please email us again if you are interested in a proposal build, or if you have any other questions in regards to this presentation. So it looks like I am getting some questions here via email. And let me go ahead and see here. Okay, it looks like it's a how long does it take for custom builds, and do you have the ability to revise some of these? Okay, so basically, if once you send us an existing version of your proposal, if you want to make changes to the proposal, we'll work with you to kind of work with the design to make sure that whether you approve it. And so, very rarely do we have design issues, but we will work with you closely to make sure that you're happy and satisfied with the design of the proposal. So we don't just design it and say, hey, here you go. Again, we try to match the proposal as much as possible. So other than that, it looks like we're out of time here. Again, please shoot us an email if you have any questions to team@proposable.com. Also, you see our 800 number, 888-901-7970, if you have any questions. And aside from that, I want to thank everybody for joining us here today. And, please visit our blog, which is blog@proposable.com, and stay tuned. And one last thing, we are having a custom build giveaway. So you can enter by liking us on LinkedIn or following us on LinkedIn. Also following us on Twitter and Facebook. So facebook.com/proposable or Twitter/proposable. Basically, we're going to be choosing somebody to win a free custom build. So Kelly is actually running that promotion. So if you'd like to learn more about it, again, please make sure to email us. But basically, you can like us, follow us, and so on and so forth. So again, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And I look forward to working with each one of you one-on-one.